Mental qualities as a frame of reference can be divided into three sorts: inner mental qualities, outer mental qualities, and mental qualities in and of themselves. Inner mental qualities can be either good or bad, but here we will deal only with the 5 hindrances, niwarana, which are bad. Kama chanda, sensual desire. Vyapada, ill will, malevolence. Tina mida, sloth and drowsiness. Udacha kukucha, restlessness and anxiety. Viwikicha, uncertainty. These 5 hindrances can be either inner or outer phenomena. For example, the mind gives rise to sensual desire that hasn't yet streamed out to fix its desires on any particular object. The mind gives rise to a sense of irritation and displeasure, but without yet fixing on any particular object. A state of drowsiness arises in the mind, without yet fixing on any particular object. The mind is restless, anxious, and disturbed on its own, without yet fixing on any particular object. The mind is doubtful and uncertain, unable to think anything through, but without yet fixing on any particular object. It's simply that way on its own. If these 5 hindrances are still weak and haven't yet streamed out to become involved with any external objects, they are called inner mental qualities. Outer mental qualities simply come from the inside. Once the mind has given rise to a sense of desire, it streams out and fixes on such external objects as sights, sounds, smells, tastes, etc. Once the mind has given rise to a sense of irritation, it streams out and fixes on a sight, sound, smell, taste, etc., and then dislikes its object, wanting it to be destroyed. The mind, already in a state of torpor, streams out and fixes on an outer object. Once it is fixed on the object, it then becomes even more torpid. The mind, already restless, streams out to fix on such outer objects as sights, sounds, smells, tastes, etc. A mental state of uncertainty arises in the mind, and the mind lets it stream out to fix on such external objects as sights, etc. These are thus called outer mental qualities. When any mental quality first arises in the mind, it's called an inner quality. When it flares up, grows stronger, and streams out to an outer object, it's called an outer quality. Mental qualities in and of themselves. This means to focus on any one of these hindrances because not all 5 hindrances can appear in the same mental moment. You can thus pick out any hindrance at all to focus on and examine. For example, suppose that sensual desire has appeared. Keep your alertness firmly in place at the heart, and use your mindfulness to keep the mind on the phenomenon. Don't waver, and don't let any hopes or wishes arise. Keep your mind firmly in one place. Don't go dragging any other objects in to interfere. Focus your powers of ardent investigation down on nothing but the quality appearing in the present. As long as you haven't gained clear, true insight into it, don't let up on your efforts. When you can do this, you are developing mental qualities in and of themselves as a frame of reference. The qualities mentioned above are all unskillful qualities, akusala dhamma. They act as obstacles to such things as jhana, liberating insight, and the transcendent. Thus, if you want to gain release from them, you must first center the mind firmly in concentration. To be able to center the mind firmly, you have to develop the following 3 qualities within yourself. sampajanya, alertness, always have this firmly in place. Sati, mindfulness, keep the mind in firm reference to whatever quality has arisen within it. Watch after the quality to keep it with the mind. Watch after the mind to make sure that it doesn't lose aim and go slipping off to other objects. Once you see that the mind and its object have become compatible with each other, use atapa, the power of focused investigation, to get to the facts of the quality. If you haven't yet gained clear and true insight, don't relax your efforts. Keep focusing and investigating until the power of your discernment is concentrated and strong, and you will come to know that mental qualities, whether inner, outer, or in and of themselves, simply arise, fade, and disband. There's nothing of any lasting worth to them, because they are all sankata dhamma, fabricated phenomena. And whatever is fabricated falls under the truths of anicca, inconstancy, dukkha, stress, i.e., it's hard to bear, and anatta, it's not you, yours, or anyone else's. It simply changes in line with natural conditions. No one with any real discernment holds on to these qualities as self or as anything of lasting worth, because such people have seen that these things are like wheels or gears. Whoever holds on to them will have to be trampled or mashed. Thus, if you hope for the genuine happiness offered by the Buddhist teachings, you should take the 3 qualities mentioned above and make them permanent features of your heart, and you will come to see clearly the quality free from fabrication, called the unfabricated, asankata Dhamma, the genuine Dhamma. Uncreated, uncaused, it simply is by its very nature. It doesn't circle about, arising and passing away. The unfabricated is a perfectly ordinary part of nature, yet no one in the world can know it aside from those who have developed virtue, concentration, and discernment. So if you sincerely want to go beyond suffering and stress, you should work to give rise to clear and true insight through your own efforts. When you can keep your alertness constantly in place, you will be able to know the nature of the mind. Your powers of reference and focused investigation will have to be constantly in place within for you not to be misled by the objects and preoccupations of the mind. Most of us ordinarily have no clear sense of our own nature, and so we can't clearly see the thoughts and urges that arise within us. As a result, we go out to fasten onto their objects, giving rise to the wheel of wandering on, vata samsara, circling around and around without end. Here I will refer to the wheel within. Not knowing the primal nature of the mind is the cycle of defilement, kilesa vata, or unawareness, which is the beginning of the cycle. This gives rise to fabrication, which is the cycle of intention and action, kama vata. This in turn leads us to experience mental objects and preoccupations, which is the cycle of retribution, vipaka vata. Thus, there are 3 parts to the cycle. The 3 parts of the cycle can be illustrated as follows. Unawareness is the hub of the wheel. Fabrications are the spokes, and mental preoccupations the rim. The sensory organs form the yoke and harness. Sensory objects are the oxen, and the driver is birth, aging, illness, and death. Now pile on your belongings, your defilements, and with a lash of the whip, you're off. The oxen drag you away, up the mountains and down, until in the end you crash and are smashed to smithereens, i.e., death. For this reason, we must make our awareness penetrate into the nature of the mind at the center of the axle, which doesn't turn with the wheel, and which is said to be uncycling, viwata. Whoever can do this will find that the path is sudden and short, not slow. For example, in ancient times, monks and lay disciples were able to reach awakening even while sitting and listening to a sermon, while going for alms, or while gazing at a corpse. From this we can gather that, after imbuing themselves with the qualities mentioned above, they focused their investigation on that particular point and gained clear and true insight right then and there, without having to pull in or out, back or forth. They were able to let go naturally, with no in or out, no coming or going. Those who investigate will see the truth. Some people believe that they will have to abandon all mental preoccupations before they can train the mind. But the truth of the matter is that the mind is usually deluded right there at its preoccupations, and the spot where you are deluded is the spot you have to investigate. If you don't solve the problem right where you're deluded, don't believe that you can let go by hiding out or running away. Even if you do run away and hide, you'll end up coming back and falling for the same old preoccupations once more. People of discernment, though, whether they deal with what is inside or out, can give rise to virtue, concentration, and discernment and release in every context. They have no sense that the inside is right and the outside is wrong, that the inside is wrong and the outside right, or that the inside is refined and the outside base. Such opinions never occur to people of discernment. Discernment has to be all around knowing, and knowing all around before it can be called full-fledged discernment. Knowing all around means to know the inside first and then the outside. All around knowing means to know the outside first and then to bring that awareness all the way in. This is why they are called people of discernment. They can bring the outside in. What is base, they can make refined. Past and future, they can bring into the present, because they have brought the parts of the path together in equal measure. Mindfulness, alertness, and focused investigation, each performing its duties, forming the way that leads beyond all suffering and stress. Those who can do this will be able to reach the truth in any posture. All that will appear to them will be the condition of stress, sabhava dukkha, and the condition of things in themselves, sabhava dhamma. To see things this way is called yata bhuta jnana, really seeing things for what they really are.